step, and then swing. The next experiment, there's not a whole lot of teaching, but you need to go out and spend an entire bucket fading the ball and drawing the ball, doing nothing else at the range, but working on fades and draws back and forth. It might teach you something you can incorporate into your swing that you were missing. So, as a very, very, very quick recap, to draw the ball, now we're not going to draw or fade the ball by manipulating the setup and the face. That's not the point here. It's to try to fade and draw the ball using the body and your swing technique and not closing the club face down or doing anything like that. That would be pointless for what we're trying to accomplish here. So for the draw, I would probably drop my right foot back and close my stance a bit. And I would try to come so far from the inside that I'm almost swinging out towards first base. Try that. There are a lot of pros that have successfully used that over the years. Your ball should eventually start to draw. Maybe you can get 10, 12 yards of break on the ball. That would be great. Come drastically from the inside and swing out. Allow the right hand to turn over a bit. See if you can get anything from that you can incorporate in your swing. On the fade, just the opposite. You might want to open your stance a bit. You don't want to swing drastically from the inside. Allow the arms to lose the race, drastically lose the race with the body. Let the body open up. Have the arms come through very late and last. And you'll tend to want to cut across the ball to a degree if you keep your right arm locked and you don't allow it to turn over. So let the body win the race, the arms come through very late, and there is no turning over. It's called held off, and you come across the ball that way. Now, technically most people won't like that because a big fade becomes a slice. However, we have seen people try to fade the ball, and all of a sudden, they're striking the ball with solid contact they've never felt before. Mostly because they needed the fade to get the body so far in front that their hands actually struck the ball properly. Try both, maybe nothing will come out of it. If nothing does, move to the next experiment. That's the point here. You don't have to take anything away from any experiment. The next experiment is one you should take very seriously. It's very, very interesting and can work wonders on your swing. It's called right arm bent at impact. There are pros that, Hunter Mahan is one that comes to mind, that when the ball is struck, I'm going to overemphasize, the left arm is straight, but the right arm is bent as the ball is struck. And only after does it straighten out. There are a lot of great things that actually come out of that technique. So try it. Actually think about holding the right arm off and only straightening it out after the ball is struck. So you would come into the ball with this thought. Now it might not be this drastic. Of course it's not going to be that drastic, but that's what you want to put into your mind, and that's what you think you're trying to do. Although to an outside observer, they probably won't even be able to tell the difference in your swing. This has the tendency to transform swings. We have seen this one bit of advice revolutionize someone's golf game almost overnight. It's worth a try. If you don't like it, abandon it. You might find something in it though. The next experiment is head behind the ball. A lot of amateurs will slide forward and they get too far forward to hit the ball properly. They are too far forward. A lot of great golfers have used this technique. A backswing, a lean in, a little bit of a lean in, but then a shift to where it almost seems like the head is getting behind the ball to strike the ball properly. Also think of this, a lot of pros when they finish are in that pretty position like this. If you are not back behind the ball, you can't be in that pretty finish. If you're forward, you cannot, you'll curl up. There's a device, and we're not sponsored by anyone here, so we're not getting anything for this, trust me. Gary McCord pushed it on TV called the Tour Striker. This thing works, and it gives you the only way to hit the ball properly with the Tour Striker, if you have a problem with flipping your wrists, for example, is to get the feeling that you're keeping your head behind the ball. So it's kind of another paradox, because for chamber after chamber, we preach getting all the weight forward first. But it gets back to the counter forces. Yes, weight goes forward very, very early, very, very early. But as you come up, as you're swinging down, and the counter forces are working, your head has to kind of drift behind the ball for you to hit it properly and to have that pro-like finish. Work on it with the driver and the irons. It's worth a lot of time and attention, and you're going to get something good out of this one. The next experiment to try is what we call the Jim Furyk. Get too close to the ball for comfort and try to hit the ball. You might have done everything right throughout all the chambers, yet something is just missing. And you might find that getting closer to the ball actually brings everything together for you. Closer to the ball is better than farther from the ball in almost all cases. So we want you to hit 20, 30, 40 balls getting at least 3-4 inches closer than what feels comfortable to you. The reason for this is you basically you're not giving yourself enough room to swing with the hands. If you're swinging with the hands and arms and you get real close to the ball, you very quickly run out of room and you can't hit it at all. The only way to hit a ball when you are right on it is to completely open up and get the body out of the way and have the hands come through extremely late. So if you can hit a ball that you are kind of right on top of, and we're saying just 3 inches closer to it, nothing ridiculous like I am here, you are doing something right with your body motion. And with Furyk, he's so close to it that his right arm is almost behind his back as he's coming into the ball. It's almost this ridiculous if you see it on film. So there's going to be some good things that come out of this experiment for a lot of you. You will find you absolutely need to open up first to hit the ball properly if you're right on top of it. The second to last experiment is called Which Knee Leads. It's a right side versus left side of the brain issue. You want to try this, throw it at your brain, see if there's anything about it you like. When over the ball, think about one of the two knees taking the reins and taking over and leading your golf swing, and which is more natural for you. Is the Ben Hogan throw the right knee at the ball? Does that work for you? If you don't have the same right versus left side of the brain dominance as Ben Hogan, it will be a disaster for you, but you might like it if you're similar to Ben Hogan. Throws the right knee at the ball, of course, while the weight's going forward, straightening up, it might work wonders for some of you. On the opposite side, I think someone like Bubba Watson has a left dominant knee. On a big iron shot or on a driver, he almost loops his left knee forward. His left knee leads the way. It's absurd, but almost loops forward, steps down, opens himself up, and then he hits. Try hitting balls trying to work on and think about which knee leading the way works for you. You might get something out of that.